Did President Trump just mock a 16-year-old Swedish climate activist? Well, in a late-night tweet, he seemed to take aim at Greta Thunberg. Her impassioned speech at the UN yesterday got everybody talking. In case you missed it, you've got to watch this.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
Wow. In response, Trump tweeted this, quote, "She seems like a very happy young girl looking forward to a bright and wonderful future. So nice to see," I think dripping in sarcasm. Well, then again, Greta didn't seem too pleased to see the president at the UN climate summit. That has become a very famous meme. And now Greta has responded. Check out her new Twitter profile, guys. It reads, quote, "A very happy young girl looking forward to a bright and wonderful future." Nice. That was a nice moment. Right. So I just really want to get to a couple things and then go to you guys really quick. This is last night, a Fox pundit calling out Greta Thunberg. Take a look at what he said.
None of that matters because the climate hysteria movement is not about science. If it were about science, it would be led by scientists rather than by politicians and a mentally ill Swedish child who is being exploited by her parents and by the international left.
How dare you?
How dare he indeed. I just want to show this tweet really quick. This is David Levitt. If you see, this is Greta in the background looking at Trump, and he writes, "One is an immature child, the other is a leader and a climate activist." Which one is which in my head? So guys, take it away on this. First of all, how do you feel about Fox doing what they did? Now, they did apologize, calling it disgraceful. So they have said, we're sorry. How do you feel?
Right. I'm happy that it came from one of the people on the show and not the host, and I'm happy that they apologized because it's wrong. A grown man attacking a child, nonetheless, you know, a child that's going through her own struggle is not okay. And so that's just where I stand with that. But it's pretty clear that a lot of Republicans, especially young Republicans, want climate change. There's a poll from Ipsos that shows 77% of Republicans ages 18 through 38 are for it. So I'm lost about why the people that are representing, you know, in the Senate and in Congress are not making the choices that the people want.
Not only not making the choices, Brandon and Al, but also just being incredibly childish. I mean, that tweet dripping with sarcasm, I can't ignore that. I mean, this is a 16-year-old who's done more for the planet than he, in my opinion, than he will.
Yeah, I didn't get that upset about the tweet. I got upset about punk Michael Knowles making that comment about the mentally ill girl. But you see this. We've seen this with the Parkland students. Every time like you said, 70-something% of young Republicans, anytime some sort of young child, thank you, some sort of a young teenager or whatever who is passionate about something that's going to affect us as a whole, bipartisanship, they always want to come out and shoot the messenger down. And I just don't understand that because, like I said, this is something that affects us all.
Yeah. Well, we've decided on which teams that we're on, and it's interesting that things have changed because when I was growing up, it seemed like we were all on the same team when we would talk about acid rain. I remember I used to be so scared as a little kid in Cleveland, like,
oh my God,
acid. Like I remember that just really struck me. And being again a young man from Ohio, I'm not young anymore, but the Ohio River caught on fire because it was so polluted. No one was on teams at that point. Everybody said, we need to do something. We need to fix this pollution. The river's on fire. We've seen people been able to light their water on fire. There's 2 documentaries, I believe, called Gaslight or Gastown or something like that, where people can light their water on fire. We've seen places like Love Canal, where 80% of the people have dropped dead from some kind of weird cancer, and the corporation's like, oh, we didn't know this was a toxic landfill that we built all these homes on. Everybody was on board. But now it seems like we're okay calling names. We see Laura Ingraham, who we did not speak about, but you said it didn't come from the host. Oh, Laura Ingraham, that host that we haven't spoken about yet, she's the same host that said shut up and dribble. She's the same host that made fun of David Hogg, the survivor of Parkland. She's the same host that now has made fun of a child with Asperger's.
She said she was like Children of the Corn.
Yes, and also nice 35-year-old timely reference, you old bag.
Okay. Well, I feel like there's a lot of anger, guys, because I think a lot of it felt it was totally uncalled for.
I just don't get the anger because the issue is that we all want to make our planet better, more a healthy place for our kids and our kids' kids. So what is the backlash?
Try telling that to the entire Republican Party. I would love to.
I don't think the entire Republican Party. I think people that are sitting in seats right now are not representing the entire voice, and that's the problem.
I wish we got more people like you then who would speak up because it's ridiculous.